Are you a small business owner, a trader, a school owner, a federal civil servant, a Lagos or Edo civil servant, a farmer or a farm supply merchant? Do you need a loan or wish to fix your money for a high yield interest? Talk to us today and get your loan in less than 24 hours. Visit our website on www.lapo-nigeria.org or call us on 0813-984-0230. Email info@lapo-nigeria.org.
Globally, businesses and corporations are faced with challenges that requires fresh thinking on strategy, leadership, and governance to survive. The Anchor is a program designed to help organizations and individuals to be skilled in handling challenges. Join Dr. Osare Emopai, a development economist and a corporate strategist, for this interactive, informative, educative program.
Hello viewers, you are most welcome to this episode of The Anchor. With me are two gentlemen who will be discussing the subject at hand. Basically, we know that The Anchor is a program encouraging all to anchor their trust, to anchor their faith, their belief in God for direction and for leading. And the subject matter we'll be treating this episode is on security. Everyone in this country, Nigeria, are looking forward to live a life that is free to move, free to live, and safe. Security is a major challenge in our country today as we speak. Security is a major challenge in this country as we speak. And as we usually do, we want to quote a scripture and we'll use that to start this discussion. The Bible says that except the Lord builds a city, the builder builds in vain. Except the Lord watcheth over that city, the watchman watcheth in vain. God is our supreme watch, watching over us and ensuring that our wills are not subverted, our aspirations and all are not derailed. And what can enable us to achieve our focus and our aim is when we are fully secure. I want to take us back to the hierarchy of the pyramid hierarchy that Maslow introduced. He mentioned in his concept that the bottom layer of that pyramid is called physiological need, wherein food, shelter is being taken care of. The second on that hierarchy is safety and security. Having gotten provision for food, the next thing will be, am I secure? And that is where we want to discuss deeply. That's why I want to discuss deeply on this subject. And with me to my right is Mr. Henry Igamusoi Obasoi, a security expert, and also to my left is Paul Caesar Edekobi, also a security expert. You know, I am AB Tebepena by name, a marketing communication and a security expert. I want to start by just laying the foundation. Mr. Paul Edekobi, what is security?
Okay, thank you very much, my moderator, and we'll welcome everybody to this episode, this segment. Okay, actually, without wasting much time, security simply means the protection of three important things, and this include life, information, and properties. To go in a little deep further, we can also say that security is that intelligence acquired and required by the expert or by the security agent to guard against the three major threats to security. And those threats include subversion, espionage, and sabotage. So generally speaking, when we say security, what we are looking at is my life secure? Is the information concerning me secure? And my properties, my possessions, are they secure? So you see that security is bordered on these three important things, which we also call the three threats to security. So simply put, security simply means the protection of life, information, and property.
Thank you very much, Mr. Paul Edekobi. Insecurity in this country, like earlier mentioned, is on the rise. It's seriously on the rise, and that's the main reason why, as a concern, we want to begin to talk about this deeply, drawing attention of governance, drawing attention of government, drawing attention of leaders wherever they are, to look into this crucial matter and give a life that is meaningful for those who are currently existing and the ones that are upcoming. Mr. Obasui, I don't know if you want to just add one or two things to what Mr. Paul Caesar had said.
Actually, security, you have already said it all, that the three basic things in respect of about security, those are issues that we personally will have to secure our lives. And two, if those things are being provided for us, like food, like shelter, like properties, and if those things are not secure, it means we have challenges in security. And definitely, we will look into those angles. How can we secure those things so that we will not have more problem about it?
Okay, thank you. Going back to what Abraham Maslow, a psychologist, when he was coming up with the concept of the hierarchy of needs, the pyramid hierarchy of needs, he did mention, and he put it in layers. The first, like I mentioned earlier, is physiological. Second is safety and security. Third is social need. Fourth is self-esteem. And the last on that hierarchy at the apex is self-esteem. But before you can get to that level of self-esteem, before you can get to that level of self-actualization, before you can get to the level of social needs being met, there is this layer that we as a person or as a people must ensure that is put in place. And as a people, it's only the government that is enabled to ensure that these structures are put in place and giving an enabling environment for people to live their lives, businesses, and all. I want to ask Mr. Eiga Mosoi, what are security challenges? What are the challenges we have generally? Not narrowing it down to Nigeria per se, just generally, what are the security challenges that we have?
Yeah, thank you very much. The most security challenges in the world. One, I think kidnapping. One of these is most, I think the kidnapping in the world generally, Nigeria is the third position in hierarchy in the world. And it has been a threat generally in the global security in the world. The third one is terrorism. Terrorism is also sinking down to the world generally because it has now proved as a threat to a global security in the world. And when you come down to it, you will now see that all those security threats it not started destroying the economic and the welfare of the country. Why? Because a lot of things have generated to it. The things that generated to it is lack of employment, poverty. Those are the things that generated to it that cause a lot of young graduates that do not have job. And what government can do to enable them to solve such problem is to create infrastructures that will enable them to have a job, and that will reduce the kidnapping and the terrorism.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Obasoyi. I will come very soon to discussing the solutions. Mr. Paul Edekobi, do you have any contribution or anything you want to add to the security challenges we have generally, globally?
Okay, just to, in addition to what he just said, so we have other security challenges like terrorism is there, kidnapping, like he said. We also have human trafficking, drug trafficking. We also have hijacking, though that one can also come under terrorism. We also have other security challenges like piracy on the high seas, as well as robbery and other vices that we are going through. So all these are some of the security challenges that we have globally that is prevalent in every clime.
Okay.
Thank you.
So taking from what you said, in every clime that is, there is 1, 2, 3, or 4 that is plaguing countries, and the country is becoming a global village, and there's an infusion of all of these into nations, particular nations, for instance Nigeria. I want Mr. Edekobi to still talk further, maybe just briefly, on when you say terrorism, in what area? When you say kidnapping, what do you mean? When you say robbery? Then I'll come back to Mr. Igamuso to highlight or to describe some of the other things he mentioned also.
Okay, thank you very much. When we talk about terrorism, actually this is a kind of crime against humanity, where people or where a group of people use unsolicited force to make a point. Let's say, for instance, they are demanding something from the government. Maybe the government refuses to listen to them. They say, okay, let's destroy 1 or 2 government installations. Maybe that will make the government listen to us. Or let's get hold of 1 or 2 people that are important to the government, and this will make them respond to our demands. So this is what we call terrorism. In other instances, they can also maybe hijack a plane, just like it happened last time. That was in 2001, when a particular terrorist group hijacked a plane and rammed the plane into the WTC. That was in New York some few years back. So you see, that is their own way of making their statement or making themselves heard. So that's all. That's about terrorism. Then when we talk about kidnapping is when you forcefully take somebody against their own will, in order to ask for a ransom. So the kidnapping issue is prevalent all over the world, and nobody is exempted. Even kids, even adults, even VIPs, even ordinary people, everybody is prone. So it depends on what the kidnapper is looking for. Let's take an instance when I guess were kidnapped at Chibok, and Dapchi, that was in the far north. though they didn't really come out to tell us this is what we want, why they took those girls hostage. But you find out that in a way, by taking that action, they drew the government's attention to themselves. So whatever it is, or whatever demands they are trying to, make, it is then that the government will now listen and say, okay, come, let's have a roundtable discussion and know how to sort this out. Okay, it's also prevalent everywhere. Then human trafficking is also very prevalent. I mean, I heard a story the other time where some people were boxed up in a container, the same container we used to transport, goods to from one country to another country. They were boxed up like that and shipped to another country. I don't want to mention the country where it's sourced or the destination country, but it happened. So this is human trafficking.
We would like to take a break, and thereafter we'll take it up from where you stop.
Okay.
Concord Security Services provides impeccable security services to its diverse clients, from banking to telecoms, from international examination institutions to big restaurants. Our emphasis on the use of cutting-edge technology to provide solutions to prevalent security challenges gives us a competitive edge in the industry. Our array of services include man guarding, CCTV, perimeter fencing, full body scanners, metal detectors, VIP protection, escort services, due diligence, and event security. We offer extensive trainings to our security personnel to improve their physical fitness, mental alertness, and exceptional skills in managing complexity at our 2 training centers in Ed John School of Management and in Ilasa office. Engage our services today and let us give you peace of mind. Concord Security and Protocol Services Limited is located at 25 Abiyakuta Street off Beliat Bus Stop, Ilasamaja, Oshodi, Apapa Expressway, Lagos. Telephone
0805 690 8568
or 0805 119 9931. Send a mail to info@concordsecurityng.com or visit our website at www.concordsecurityng.com.
You're welcome back. Mr. Poledekobi was talking about human trafficking. Can you just round up on that? Then thereafter, Mr. Iga Muso will take that on from drug trafficking, and maybe you will not now also want to explain, just highlight some types of kidnapping and all that we have. So, Mr. Poledekobi.
Okay, thank you very much, and you're welcome back. So, on the human trafficking, just as I was saying before, it is a crime against humanity, and I gave an instance where a particular group of people were trafficked from a country to a different country, and before they got there, some even died on the way. And then bringing it locally to our African shores, I also reminded us about the attempts some of our citizens make to cross over to Europe through the Mediterranean Sea. And of course, we know the story, how most of them drown during that process, and some even get lost and were never found again. So this human trafficking ring is a global problem, and it's a global security challenge, because it is not only endemic to Africa, it is a pandemic, which means it is all over the world, and it happens in every clime and culture. So as a crime, human trafficking, we should really, look into it. Maybe we'll discuss that later as we are going.
Okay, thank you very much. So, Mr. Iga Muso, I want to just mention some types of, take it on from mentioning some types of human trafficking, then you go into drug trafficking, armed robbery, and some of the other security challenges we know.
Well, thank you very much. I think human trafficking, we have about 2 types of human trafficking. One is drug trafficking, that is human trafficking, And the other one is, I think we also have the types of kidnapping. We have tiger kidnapping, we have express kidnapping, we have political kidnapping, we have bride kidnapping. Those types of kidnapping are being operated by individuals who are jobless. The most hottest one in those kidnapping is the express kidnapping. Those are the one that is most hottest, and that is what they are using in Nigeria. Of course, you may not know. They send a spy around you, and before you could able to know, they have taken you away from where you are staying. Then the definition of kidnapping. Kidnapping can also be defined as unlawful seizure. By force, you force that person to carry him away. That you seize him and take him away to unknown position against his wish. That is one of the definition of kidnapping. So when somebody is being kidnapped, it means it has been taken away from where he did not expect it. And lots of those issues, sometimes can find it along the street, the road. You would not even expect somebody will just use an handkerchief and use it to rob you. It has already taken you away to another destination. I will leave those issues. When we come to the other aspect of it, we will elaborate on those issues and discuss it more.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Iga Musoi. Paul Caesar, I don't know, you want to talk about, there's still more of other security challenges. We have corruption, we have cybercrime, we have cybercrime and the likes. Would you want to talk more about cybercrime?
Okay.
In fact, that is more prominent as we speak in Nigeria today, in the name of Yahoo boys, or what is there's another upper level of Yahoo, they call it now Yahoo Plus. So maybe you just want to just talk gloss on that, then we'll talk deeply more on this when we come to discussing the types of security challenges in Nigeria.
Okay. Let me just briefly chip in. When we talk of cybercrime, that is crime perpetrated over the internet with the use of phones or a computer device. Let's say, for instance, if I'm trying to break into your bank, your bank account and move money from your account to another account, that is cybercrime. Or the ones that the Yahoo boys, the so-called Yahoo boys, are doing, get acquainted with somebody pretending to be somebody else and then find means of extorting money from that person. All these are cybercrimes, and it is not only prevalent in Africa or in Nigeria alone. It happens all over the world. At least I remember the story about a guy in the US who tried to break into the Federal Reserve's internet protocol, to transfer money to his own account. But I think in the process, he was found out, and the guy made a run for it, although he was later, caught. So cybercrime is one of the, major security challenges that we are facing today. Maybe as we move on, we'll discuss more about it. Then one other security challenge again is hired assassin. Assassinations here and there, be it political, economic, or whatever. A hired assassin is somebody who is paid to kill somebody, who is paid to, murder somebody or whatever. They could be hired. It could be politically motivated. It could be economically motivated, or it could be just because of a personal vendetta. But the point is that the criminal is not after your money or after any other thing. He is just paid as a professional to kill and move, and that's what he does. And you find out that it is not only happening in Nigeria alone. It is also everywhere. I think up till now, what's his name? The political magnate from the north, somewhere in KB or Casino or something like that, is being, they are still looking for him right now. Nobody knows where he is. And the information that is getting back to government is that either it's a kidnap or maybe it is an assassin's job. So whatever it is, as we go further, we'll explain more on that. Thank you.
The terrorist index, global terrorist index, last year ranked Nigeria, when I mean Nigeria now, as one of the first or topmost in terms of ranking when it comes to terrorism. Boko Haram was listed as one of the first. What do you think this poses for us as a nation? I will want us to be rounding off this episode with that, and we'll dive into the new episode looking at the types critically.
Okay.
Or deeply.
Thank you very much. It is not really a good story that we are, performing well in crime, if you permit me to use that word. Because when other countries are, taking first, second, and third position in positive things, Nigeria is taking the same position in negative things. And it is not, very good for our own image, both locally and internationally. Because according to the last ranking we had, after Afghanistan and Iraq, Nigeria comes in third as the worst, the third worst terrorist country. And that is no good. It's not good for us. And this has a lot of effects on our people wherever they go. Take, for instance, you are traveling to a different country. When you get to their airport, the kind of session they will give to a Nigerian is not the kind of session they will give to somebody from another country. And why does this happen? Just because the name Nigeria kind of sends a terror, in the minds of people. Once you say you are a Nigerian or I'm a Nigerian, they look at you as if, you are from another different planet. And, that doesn't speak good for us. So it is really bringing a bad image to us. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Iga Mosoy, as you're rounding up or your parting shots, can you just, in 2 or 3 minutes, talk to us or tell us your own position regarding the challenge globally and narrowing it down to Nigeria?
Thank you very much, Yejito. About the security challenges in the country, it's a serious epidemic in our nation because we are facing it very tough, and the issue of resolving it is by we have to focus our mind to the God Almighty that will be able to assist us. Because whatever thing we are trying to do, without not bringing God inside, it is impossible that we cannot able to achieve our aim. There are a lot of issues in respect of what my colleagues have said is a very global threat to Nigerian economy. It has destroyed a lot of things in this country. Concerning the when he said Yahoo boys, you cannot travel out. At the time you travel out, they will look at you that you are from Nigeria and they start monitoring you from the beginning. And that has bring a bad name to Nigeria. That bring a bad name to individual. Then the third one, before I round up, we have to think it to ourselves that whatever we are doing, is it good or is it proper? If it is not proper, we have to deviate from it and start acting good to the situation of individual lives.
Okay, as we round up on this episode, we want to encourage our government. We want to encourage individuals to be up and doing, most especially our government. The intervention of government on the issues of security should be paramount, should be top on the list. The House of Senate has that responsibility. The House of Rep has that responsibility. The judicial arm has that responsibility. All these arms of governance holds this country in ensuring that security is on top of the list. a lot of funds are devoted into security, but day in, day out, we found out that it's just like putting water into the basket. Security must be taken seriously in this country. It's a global pandemic, just like my colleague mentioned, but as a nation, we must call our government to order. We must call them to ensure that they come into this and intervene, ensuring that things are normal in this country. The EndSARS we saw weeks or months back is as a result of young boys, young girls, young ladies calling for good governance, calling for security apparatus to be put in place, security men to be well empowered in terms of skill, labor, and other things, structurally put in place so that we can live a life quiet and peaceable, just like the Bible says. If you want to live and with your eyes closed, 2 eyes closed, comfortably sleeping and waking up in the morning, security must be assured. And that can only be given by our government coming into this subject matter. We want to close the curtain on this episode, but we want to leave a word behind saying that for us as a people to sleep with our eyes closed, we need government's intervention. Security matter is very crucial. The safety of life and properties is very crucial. The safety of information is very crucial. And the government needs to come in. All arms of governance, the judiciary, the House of Rep, the House of Representatives, and even the presidency must join force, come together to ensure that these things are put in place, guaranteeing the safety of life and property in this nation. That is when we can fully say we are advancing as a nation. Thank you very much. We implore you to join us in the next episode of this program, The Anchor. God bless you.
Mindshare Communications Limited is a world-class marketing, communications, and branding consultancy firm located in Lagos State, Nigeria. We offer a wide array of consultancy and promotional services to corporate businesses and firms. Our services include strategic marketing activities, public relations, advertising, social media management, digital marketing, web development, brand development, marketing activation, strategic branding, market intelligence activities, and telecoms, ranging from CUG management to airtime vending. Call Mindshare Communications today to help you achieve your goals. For further information, please contact Abiola on 0807 739 0974. Send a mail to info@mindsharelimited.com or visit our website at www.mindsharelimited.com. Address 184A Kaduna Road, Crystal Estate, and Mowadofi Estate, Lagos.